Hello everyone. So today is 17th of August, and to give a quick update about today, I worked on phones, didn't study DILR or VARC. It was a less productive day, but it's better to work slightly more than work not working. So I need to make it a continuous habit that I would be working and continuously improving my study cycles. As of today, I completed the pipe and systems, time work concepts in arithmetic, and would be starting off profit and compound interest and simple interest, all those topics. So that's what I would be starting. And to give a quick update about how many days are left. So 99 days are left, and it includes my last day of CAT. So now I have less than 100 days, so a basic countdown that has begun. Uh, I don't know why I am studying now, but it's more of clearing an exam and then thinking about it. And I said earlier, I don't want to be in a state where I am at no point, and if even I try for next year, I should be like able to know that what our syllabus are, what my mistakes were, and what all things were there. And if I don't want to pursue CAT, then obviously I have given one attempt and it does not cost me much. So 2000 rupees is nothing in today's time, so it won't hurt much. But if I do want to give MBA and if I don't prepare this year and would make like sure that next year would be my best chance or my last chance, then it will not make any sense if I have not prepared well. So it's better to like score 99 percentile and quit uh, rather than scoring 80 percentile and then looking for 99.9 in the next year. Because it would be very difficult if I don't know what the syllabus are and what kind of strategies are used in that. So it's pretty much similar. And one more thing is that with age, your tendency to give exams and tendency to learn decreases. And it happened with me. It happened with a lot of folks. So it's one thing that I have in my mind that if I want to study, then it's better be in my early years because there are less liabilities. I don't have to answer to someone, and uh, it's better to study as early as possible to make sure that you have ample time to grow in one particular area. And knowing myself, I think I am really good in technical skills. So DSA is one thing that I don't really like in computer science, but apart from it, it's very good field, I think. And the kind of work culture that is in the tech, I think I like it very much. So why I am planning to give CAT, I want to remain in technical field basically, or if got any chance about consulting, so that would be my two domains that I am targeting. Finance, I have never worked, so it would be a tough battle to crack as I haven't worked on it. I'll try. I may like study few subjects after CAT, so as to get knowledge about what finance is and am I really cut for finance or not. Uh, I really like numbers, but not to an extent that they are only numbers and does not tell any story or does not have any real significance. So I am into stories more than in numbers. So consulting is one thing that I am targeting, but it's really hard for me to get into consulting because I don't have a very strong background. Like I don't have great academics, and neither do I have a strong extracurricular. So it will become harder for me to convince the consultants who are looking for like CV spikes and really good performers. So that would be one thing where I am lying. But uh, not to say that they are zero chance. There are multiple chances, and if not in India, maybe in foreign. So, then this is one thing. So, cat is somewhat similar to GMAT. I won't say that it's exactly the same exam because verbal is really difficult in GMAT as compared to CAT, but we are preparing for an exam that is as tough as CAT, so it would boost your confidence and uh, and there are multiple things like if you want to do PhD, I know that I have cleared CAT, so it would be really easy for me to do PhD. I currently saw one program that is PGDBA, which is postgraduate diploma in uh, business analytics. So that's one course which is upcoming. It's majorly taught in IIM Calcutta and ISI and basically around Calcutta region. So it's a statistical heavy course, but that is used in business analytics. So that's one upcoming field that I would be looking for. But that's all for after I clear exam. So I won't be talking much about it as it creates a lot of confusion in my head as to why I want to do. But let's keep aside the why. First hope, then decide why I want to do. Then if I'm in that state that I would be joining any B school or I would like to join any B school, I would be doing that. If not, I would be giving GRE, GMAT so that I have 5 years of valid score for getting entry into colleges, and that matters a lot because I can't study every year and like repeat this process and not work in actual world. So that's not what I want to do in my life. I have like wasted 1 year in preparation of IIT JEE, so I don't want that to happen ever in my life. So I don't want to waste my time preparing for exams and not doing anything productive. Uh, I really want to be good citizen that contributes in terms of taxes, that pays the income that he earns in form of taxes and generates employment. So for that, I need to be open-minded. I need to enter in the market as soon as possible. I'm already late, like it's 23. I'm 23 years of age, and I recently calculated what percent of life is left of me. So by Indian standards, it's almost 38% of life has been over because of the pollution and the average expectancy that is in India. So I've almost lived 38% of life, and that makes sense. Like in 80s, I won't be running anything. Life would be revolving around simpler things. I won't chase any things. I thought it would be more of a survival and then giving whatever is left to the next generation. So the actual years to live is in the early 20s and late 30s, still late 30s. So that is the 10-15 year window where I can do work and enjoy my life. And that's it. Like after 30s, I think people start to get um, different restriction in terms of their body. Like they will get back aches, they won't uh, have that much of passion and drive for certain things. They would be looking for easier ways or comfort in their life, and that's not bad, but that is generally because your body is not allowing you to do the things as you were in your earlier age. I can feel that as I am transitioning from like 18 to like 21, 22, 23. So the transition has been that with the passage of time, my brain tendency to learn new things has decreased. Not because I don't want to learn things, but generally because I cannot, you know, wake up late at night. I cannot put in that much of hour. I cannot run that fast. So physically it's really tiring for me sometimes um, as I was in my like childhood or like early teens, so the energy levels are strictly down. That has made me calm, but it has negative impact too because now you feel like you are too old to do such certain things, and you cannot do that thing particularly. And for instance, like if I want to go to an amusement park, spend time with my friends, and like really enjoy my life. I think at this point of time, it becomes really hard to like convince every friend to go to amusement park and then go for a ride. But it was easier when I was in college or in school. I never did it in school, but in college, we went for those things in the last year. So I would say, all in all, life has been more or less okay, but I want to make it more perfect. I wanted to uh, be what I wanted to be. I don't want to have any regrets in my life. Especially, I feel that it's my personal reason that if I don't do things, then I'll regret it later. So it's better to do things, fail, try out, and then even if I don't succeed, I know that I tried, and that would make me happy. That would make me away from the regret that I didn't take any steps. So that's one thing that I am trying to do for now. The cat is almost 99 days closer, so I'm keeping aside Diwali and all those festivals. I think it's less than 90 days, and in that 90 days, I have to give mocks, I have to practice different sets, I have to work on different sections and improve my marks. It's really tough, not impossible. Uh, I just need to keep believe in myself that I can do these things. And I've always been a bloomer because um, it's what you can say. Like there is a lazy monkey theory that I have heard in one TEDx talk. So there he explained that there is a procrastinating monkey who just sits in our brain, who does not tell, who tells us to not work. There's ample time left, and when the time is really less, and it gets activated and creates panic, and that's how most of people work, especially in India, because we don't have uh, like tendency to value time, especially of others. So that's why like Indians are really poor in terms of their work ethics. In terms of their productivity, also they are less, but they are working really more because productivity is less, so they have to compensate it with working more hours. So that's one thing that I see and feel in India, and I think the employer also want them to be in that way because they know that the efficiency is low. So let's make them work for 12 hours, 13 hours, and then create certain outputs that they want. In West, I think it's more of efficiency kind of thing. So if you are more efficient, the less time you would want to spend in working office, and the more time you would have to, like more time you would be having with your family and uh, thinking about ideas, figuring out what you want to do in your life, and generally saving, growing, all these things. So I think that mindset it comes with um, less crowdedness, uh, with the mindset that I just want my work to be done, no matter which area you come from or what background do you have. So that's really exciting for me to actually go and work. And I think the most brilliant sector in this term is tech industry because they don't have literally any barrier as in terms of education or in terms of where you come from or uh, what your ethnicity is, what your background was, what you studied in your previous colleges. So I've seen multiple people going into tech, venturing into different platforms, learning out things on their own, and it's the biggest skill set that tech people have, and generally it's a very good skill set, and it's an ever evolving field. So right now there is a buzz on generative AI and AI in general, but I think it's more of a fad because uh, yeah, products are made on AI. Those who don't understand AI would put their money thinking that, oh, I don't lose some days or there is a constant race of evolving into different products, and like tech industry is generally very evolving. They bring in new ideas every new time. So AI is one of such things. The research has been going out for so long. Like we discussed in our college days that how AI would be really disruptive of tech industry, how a lot of tech products that India outsource, basically the services that India outsources, very low and manual things. So that would eventually stop. And to a certain extent, it's true, but I think with more of AI, I think there would be more of tech that would improve. So there would be multiple applications in which AI would be used. So you need application developers more. There would be different schemes, and there would be different devices on which people are connecting to tech. So generally, programming or tech would remain. It become easier for certain people who know how to code, how to express their ideas. But for a greater class of people, I think it would make a barrier. So if I want to be in that field, I need to make a conscious choice that I need to be really good in this field, or else there's no point being a mediocre in this field because there would be no earnings. I would be living a pathetic life, be working for uh, low-end companies, delivering low-end products, creating low-end values, getting low-end income in return, and then living a low-end life. So that's the common thing that's in the tech. So, and it's generally in every field, like Virat Kohli is paid they know higher than any other player in the cricket team. So why is that? Because he has established a brand, and that brand has been uh, created over the years with his consistent performance and his great appeal in terms of media, his great way to not only venture in cricket but also in different fields, be it startup, be it um, opening its own restaurant or business in general, or getting in front of media. So he has made a lot of income sources. So I think it's more of a businessman than a cricketer. So he knows that his value is upon how he plays. So if he does not play well, his brand is affected, and that is the most concerning thing about Virat Kohli if you see it. Same way is for Ronaldo and Messi. They are brand, they're not like individuals now. So they're like billboards of different companies, and for them to remain billboard and gain all those value in terms of money, they need to perform consistently, which they have been doing for a lot of years. So that builds a lot of faith in what people think of them and in what companies think of them. So companies know that they have the tendency to gain eyeballs, and where there are eyeballs, there is a greater way to market your things. And over the years in YouTube, it's been seen that influencers or generally small video creators, they have been getting really good in terms of generating eyeballs and generating attention for people. So if you have that capacity to make anyone sit for 5 minutes with your video in that and creating content around it, I think there is a lot of money making opportunity that lies. It depends on the sector that you are working in. Some sectors really pay well, like in the tech or finance, this sector really pay well. Some sectors generally don't do well because there are less values that are attached to it. So generally, if you are catering to anyone who is studying for GMAT, if the form is of 25,000, so you can expect a person to pay 5-6,000 to your tuition. But let's say if you are preparing for NDA, so the form is of 100 rupees. You don't expect someone to pay like 8,000 rupees, 6,000 rupees for you to prepare them for NDA exams, that's particular. Uh, Not the physical training and all these things. If that really makes sense because it's a lifelong thing that once enter one will go to it. Or maybe you can say a basic university exam. So people won't be paying because the market prices are slow and low, and there's less value to that. Uh, but if you like apply for Harvard or Cambridge and you want to teach on how to get into these colleges, these brand values are high, and a lot of people admire to be there. So it's a lot of big market, like UPSC is a big market. So yeah, if I rate myself in terms of productivity, I think it's almost 6 out of 10. I didn't complete a lot of my targets, but happy that I stayed, I studied, and I gained something. But that does not make me satisfied. I want to go to a higher level where I could study more, uh, devote more time towards how and why these questions are solved, solving as many problems as I can, and then getting into a safe zone that okay, I did this thing. So that's all for today. I spoke for like over 21 minutes. Uh, Generally, my ideas are really vague, so I can understand that creates hazard in terms of what people think of me. So it's generally to speak less, concentrate your ideas into few sentences, then deliver it to people uh, with minimum effort that they can do on their own to understand, and with minimum words and minimum sentences. So that's a better way to speak and give up create content. So I need not to explain everything. So I can sometimes leave aside what all things are there, and sometimes when the uh, sentence requires more emphasis, I would be explaining it with an example. So that's what I found today. Nevertheless, it's a good session in terms of speaking. So I spoke really well, I think, and there were few mistakes that could be rectified over like the course of making these videos. Yeah, it's late at night, so okay. Hope to see you tomorrow.